lack of industrialization coupled with growing unemployment in West Bengal have resulted in massive dependence of the people of West Bengal on government schemes.
Now, do you think the contribution of Subhash Chandra Bose is ignored in the history?
What exactly are Western disturbances? We hear it so often, right? But what exactly are Western disturbances?
There is a very famous painting called as Serampur by Hooghly River, right? Do you have any idea about this painting?
Who is known as the Bard of Bengal?
May I come in?
Yes, come in. Please be seated.
Thank you.
Please give a brief introduction about yourself.
Sir, my name is Anushka Sarkar. I did my schooling from St. Joseph's Convent, Chandanagar. I was born and brought up in the Hooghly district, Srirampur, the town of Srirampur. I did my undergraduation in geography from the Lady Brabourne College under the University of Calcutta, and then I did my masters in development studies from the National Institute of Technology in Rourkela, sir.
Anushka, why do you want to join the civil services?
Sir, I think it would be a good fit for my personality. I like to mix with different kinds of people. I like to work with people. And sir, the social respect and the prestige as well as the job security is something that is desirable to me.
Okay. You are from West Bengal, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
It is generally believed that lack of industrialization coupled with growing unemployment in West Bengal have resulted in massive dependence of the people of West Bengal on government schemes. How far do you agree with this view?
So unfortunately, it is true that in the recent past few decades, there have been much deindustrialization of West Bengal, and there is unemployment to the extent that many of the youth of West Bengal are moving to different states and going to Bangalore or Pune for jobs. So as far as the dependence on government schemes is concerned, West Bengal's economy is mainly agricultural now. So to support that income, since agriculture is quite a seasonal employment, and also the urban development is focused mainly in Kolkata, there is a dependence on government schemes as well as income boosters like the Lokhir Bhandar schemes.
Okay, why is that West Bengal is so politically violent state?
So West Bengal's political violence has a historical background too. So for example, the Naxal movement has been one of the origins of political violence. As in the present times, since the ruling party at the center and the state are different, and so sometimes there is a conflict between their ideologies and ideas. So it is sometimes we see that there is violence in West Bengal.
If you look at the Panchayati Raj institutions elections, which was held in the state of West Bengal in the recent past, hundreds of people died due to violence. Why there is a mad rush from the people of different hues and colors to have an access and control over the Panchayati Raj institutions in West Bengal?
So the Panchayati Raj institutions at the grassroots level, they have quite a lot of resources at their disposal, and unfortunately, sir, some of the leaders at the grassroots level, they might want to use these resources for their personal benefits, and that is why they want to hold on to the power, so to say.
What are the sources of fund for the Panchayati Raj institutions?
So the Panchayati Raj institutions funds are mainly from the state government, and so there are also schemes from the central government that gives funds to the panchayats for local development. So
Have you seen working of Panchayati Raj institutions in West Bengal? How effective it has been in empowering the women of rural West Bengal?
So I do not have first-hand experience of village life in West Bengal, since I have grown up in towns since I was a child. But so the West Bengal women have been historically, they have had more empowerment than the rest of the many parts of the rest of the country, and so the Panchayati Raj institutions have given the reservation of women in these institutions, and that has helped them to an extent empower themselves or have a say in the governance at the local level.
Is that enough?
So I would say that is at an institutional level, it is a good step, but it also has to be supported by social sensitization or gender sensitization against the patriarchal control of the family.
Okay.
And this can be done through, I think, education is a good way forward.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anushka,
Yes, sir.
why Bengal, especially Kolkata, is regarded as one of the safest city for women?
So there's the recent report of the NCRB has said that Calcutta is the safest city in terms of women violence against women. It is true that I think both two factors contribute to this. One, that there is in fact less violence in Calcutta against women in some angles, such as there is
Are you
good
able to
public,
understand my question? Why it is considered to be the safest? Why?
So there is lesser crimes on one hand, and on the other hand, sir, also there is some less reporting that is done in West Bengal, sir. So on both sides, one is a positive side, one is a negative side, but these two combine to form the numbers that we see.
Now, very recently, few years back, Bengal elections happened. I believe Panchayati Raj elections are also around the corner in Bengal.
So the Panchayati Raj elections happened. Yes.
Now, but why Bengal is relatively seen so much post-poll violence, or why it is seen that post-poll victimization of the candidate is happening too much in Bengal, or the violence associated with the election? Why? What is wrong with the administration, or what is wrong with the electoral practice in Bengal?
So unfortunately, there has formed a sort of culture of political violence in West Bengal, wherein the parties, even at the grassroots level, the party workers are quite radical in their support to the party and intolerant of the other ideologies and other parties.
Everywhere the party workers are violent and party workers are echoing the spirit of a political party. But why Bengal particularly has seen so much of post-poll violence?
So this the culture of violence has been seen from the top level to the grassroots level. So I think the conflict at the top level leadership has trickled down to the grassroots level to a large extent, sir.
Okay. Now, Naxalism was effectively tackled in West Bengal, but what we have seen is a sharp rise again in the field of Naxalism. Now, what are the factors in which we have seen that the Naxalism is, of course, moving forward, and there, of course, happens to be a sharp rise in the areas of especially West Bengal, the northern West Bengal. What do you think in that perspective?
So, Naxalism, the elements of left-wing extremism have occurred in West Bengal again, so to speak, because of several factors, such as there is quite a lot of regional inequality within West Bengal, sir. For example, the development is quite concentrated in and around Kolkata, whereas some of the northern districts are not ignored, but they feel that they have been left behind to an extent.
Why it
And-
is very much centered around Kolkata only, the development?
So the historical reason is that the British developed Kolkata for their own trade interests and treated the hinterland as only a source of resources, and so that has continued post independence, unfortunately.
Okay, my last question. Now, do you think the contribution of Subhash Chandra Bose is ignored in the history?
So I would not say that the contribution of Netaji is ignored in history, because all of the freedom fighters, no matter what their means and what their ideas, they had one goal, that of the independence of India.
When do we
And-
celebrate when do we celebrate the birth anniversary of Subhash Chandra Bose?
So I think this is 23rd of January.
Are you sure about that?
No, sir, I cannot recall at the moment, but this is what I.
And when is when do we celebrate the birth anniversary of Jawaharlal Nehru?
So 14th of November,
And when do we celebrate the birth anniversary of Gandhiji?
2nd of October.
So even in the context of birth anniversary, even the popularizing the famous figures like
Hmm.
you can say who have actively taken part in the freedom struggle movement,
Hmm.
don't you think it is deliberately ignored by some individuals, the role of Subhash Chandra Bose? Even the learned people like you are
Hmm.
not even aware that what was the birth, how do we celebrate birth anniversary of Subhash Chandra Bose? Why? What possible reasons do you find out?
So I still would not say that Subhash Chandra Bose's contributions have been ignored. It is possible that since a lot of his contributions were based from abroad rather than working with the masses like Gandhiji and Nehru, it is possible that his contributions are less visible to some of the population. But sir, his contributions in history are not ignored and cannot be ignored, sir.
Okay, one last question.
Yes.
Holwell Monument. Why Subhash Chandra Bose was against the Holwell Monument?
Sir, I have not heard about this.
You not
I'm
heard
sorry.
about Holwell Monument?
No, sir.
Anushka,
Yes.
you have geography optional. So, which was the recent cyclone to hit India?
So it is called
Michong.
Michong. Yes.
Okay, Michong. So, which country named it?
I do not
And what
remember,
is its
sir.
meaning?
I do not know this, sir.
You do not know. Okay, so Delhi NCR is experiencing cold wave, severe cold wave, right? So, what is the definition of a cold wave?
Sir, I do not know the technical definition of a cold wave, sir.
So, and why do cold waves happen?
So cold waves can happen for some various reasons in different parts of the world. In Delhi, for example, sir, during the winters, it is firstly it is a continental place which is quite far away from the moderating influence of the sea. So that is one factor. As well as, sir, the western disturbances have an impact on bringing the cold air
What
from.
exactly are western disturbances? We hear it so often, right? But what exactly are western disturbances?
So the western disturbances are winds that come from the region of the Mediterranean and the Caspian Sea. They are cyclonic in nature, and so they are part of the western jet stream, that the southern branch of the western jet stream that flows over
So they are to be
northern
blamed for
India.
the cold wave, right? So they are to be majorly blamed for the cold wave.
So yes, sir.
Okay. Now you come from West Bengal, right? When is Bangla Divas celebrated?
So it is celebrated on the 21st of February.
And what is the significance of that day?
So it is, I'm not sure of this, sir. But it is one of the significance
When-
is that of the mother language day. But
And Bengali New Year, when is it celebrated?
so Poila Boishakh is celebrated around the 14th of April, sir.
So is that the day when Bangladesh is going to be celebrated? Recently, the West Bengal government has come out with this.
Oh, right, sir. It is, yes, the Bangladesh is celebrated on the Poila Boishakh, yes.
Okay. And what is the state song that has been selected?
Sir, I cannot, I read it, but I cannot remember
Okay.
at the moment.
The song is written by?
Rabindranath Tagore, sir.
Right. And recently there has been a controversy over the Vishwa Bharati University, which has become a UNESCO World Heritage Site, right? What was the controversy?
So one of the controversies was regarding the conflict of the VC versus Amartya Sen about a piece of land.
Right.
And
Other than that,
So apart from that, there have been, I think, political. The students have raised their voices against
who is the Chancellor of Vishwa Bharati University
the Chancellor, sir, is the Governor
or
I
the Prime
think.
Minister?
Uh,
You can look it up.
I
Okay.
will look it up, sir.
Now, when we talk about international relations, so Bangladesh is a very important neighbor for us. Okay, and sometimes it has happened that India and Bangladesh are ready to decide or resolve an issue, but the West Bengal government has not been okay with that, right? So what is that issue?
So the Tista river water sharing
So why is
issue
West
is
Bengal
one.
government not agreeing to that river water sharing plan?
So since India is a upper riparian state in the in case of the Tista, it is we are worried that the water sharing will give us less water resources for the northern parts of West Bengal, which is already somewhat
The
water
Tista
scarce.
river originates from where?
The Tista river originates from
Which glacier in which state?
so I think it I cannot remember the
State or the glacier?
so I do not know the glacier name, and so the state I think it is Sikkim, but I
You are
cannot.
right. Sikkim is right. My final question to you: there is going to be election in Bangladesh. Okay, so you need to tell me which are the two important political parties there, and who is going to become the next Prime Minister of Bangladesh.
So the one of the political parties is the Awami League. The other main opposition party I cannot remember. And so the next as the next leader is for the Bangladeshi people to choose.
decide.
So.
Okay, thank you.
Anushka, you are from Serampur, West
Yes.
Bengal, right? And you love painting.
Yes.
There is a very famous painting called as Serampur by Hooghly River, right? Do you have any idea about this painting?
Sir, I think I have seen this painting in the Indian Museum in Kolkata, but I cannot remember
But
the
this painting is
painter.
at National Museum of Denmark.
Uh,
So maybe the copy will be there.
Sir, it might be the case.
But why this painting is at Denmark? What is connection of Denmark with Serampur?
Sir, Srirampur was initially a Danish colony, and after 1845 it was sold to the British. The colony was sold to the British. So
East India Company, right?
British East India Company.
Uh-huh.
And so even now Denmark and Srirampur have a deep connection. For example, a few years back the Danish government took up the initiative to restore some of the Danish architecture in Srirampur.
Right.
For example, a tavern is there, St. Olaf's Church.
Fine. And you are student of developmental economics, right?
Development studies.
Studies, right? Kolkata is, some of the critics, they say that Kolkata is a moribund city. So as a student of developmental studies, what is your take on it?
So unfortunately, I would have to say that compared to some of the other metro cities of India, Kolkata is stagnating. One of the reasons is that, like
And
I
can you
said,
tell us some indicators to show stagnation of Kolkata?
so some of the indicators I can think of are deindustrialization.
Right.
Then the youth of Kolkata are usually leaving for different states. So even demographically, it is an aging city. So the infrastructure is old and it needs a revamp. So for example, the recent controversy about whether or not to continue with the trams of the city. So these are some of the indicators. But sir, I think that with a little bit of effort, Kolkata can be revamped because it is the most important metro city in eastern India, sir.
Right. My next question to you is that Bangladesh is very close, right? Bangladesh is just like a twin sister of Bengal, West Bengal. What is the relevance of West Bengal for India? Bangladesh for India?
So Bangladesh has been historically a very good friend of ours, and we have helped Bangladesh to achieve liberation from Pakistan. It has the longest border with India, and so Bangladesh, the relationship with Bangladesh has to be kept on friendly terms. For example, so India is contributing to some of the developmental areas of Bangladesh to oppose China's influence, for example. Then, so we also have some lessons to learn from Bangladesh from the angle of women empowerment, for example, of the Grameen Bank experience. And so one of the challenges that Bangladesh poses is that of the illegal immigrants that come to India. So.
Right. I'm giving you a case study which is very pertinent with your state. That suppose you are posted as a commissioner of police of Kolkata, right?
Yes.
And you have to investigate a certain case, right? Your state government, the top leadership is giving you instruction A, union government is giving you instruction B, both are in clash of each other. What you will do?
So to investigate the case, I would try to take an impartial investigation, which shouldn't be on the basis of instructions that I receive from both the states, because after all, sir, the investigation has to be in public interest, and I would do what is best for in that sense, sir.
Right. My last question to you is, you do experimental cooking. What kind of cooking?
So what I do is I watch some international cooking shows on TV or online, and then I try to modify it or change it on the basis of the ingredients available in the markets around me or at home, and it turns into a experiment in that.
So just tell me 4 or 5 specific spices or specific things which are speciality of traditional Bengali food and which is not present in any other food.
So I wouldn't say these spices are not available, not used in any other cuisine, extent, but lesser. I think mustard oil is one. There is also Panch Phoron we use, the 5 spices. We use fish in a lot of dishes in different ways than the rest of the world. So these posto is
fine,
one. Yes.
Thank you, Anushka.
Anushka,
yes,
you have studied geography.
Yes.
Can you tell us that how geographical factors influence the gender-based division of labor?
So geographical factors can influence the gender-based divisions of labor in a sense that, for example, in desert areas where water is quite scarce, the responsibility of fetching water from afar falls mainly on the shoulders of women. So that is something that is an example, sir, of how geography can influence how labor is divided between men and women, sir.
But is it a social reason or a geographical reason? Men can also go out and fetch water for that matter.
So this is a mixture of a geographical and social reason, because water in general has been the responsibility of water has been put on women in most parts of the world historically. So this also has a social patriarchal angle to it, but geography is also a big part of it, sir.
You see, Himalayas act as a natural divide between India and China. So according to you, who has more advantage of Himalayas, India or China?
So India has an advantage in the sense that it is a very prominent defense barrier. So the Chinese, for example, the military cannot easily attack India on this side. But from the angle of utilizing the Himalayas, I would say China has the greater advantage, since the slope of the Himalayas on that side, on the northern side, is less steep than this side. So, and also, so the rivers that originate in the Himalayas originate on that side. So they have the greater advantage as a upper riparian state.
Okay. You have studied developmental studies also. So can you tell us who is a leader?
So one definition, not a definition, but a description that I read of a leader by Henry Kissinger is that a leader is somebody who takes people from where they have not been to the future. So, sir, to me, a leader is somebody who can envision the future, what we do not see now, and lead the people to follow a vision.
Okay. Considering the present situation of our society, who do we need more? Good leaders or good managers?
Sir, I think we need good leadership more, because the leader is the one who sets the vision. So that is more of a innate quality that of leadership. But sir, managers can be trained, because it is a skill that can be learned. So if we have a good leader, we can train good managers.
Okay. Can you tell us what is the toughest decision that you have taken in your life till now?
So the toughest decision, I wouldn't say it was the toughest decision, but it was a very significant decision, was that whether in my personal life, is that whether I would continue towards academics or try for civil services.
Okay. Can you tell us some of the factors that influence decision making?
So in various cases of decision making,
tell me in the order of their priority. Just give me 3 reasons.
So finances is in general for any decision making. I think finances, social acceptability, and personal wishes.
Okay. My final question to you. Who is known as the Bard of Bengal?
I do not know this, sir. I'm sorry.
Rabindranath Tagore.
Okay.
Okay. So, what was his real name? Rabindranath Thakur or Rabindranath Tagore?
Sir, Rabindranath Thakur is how it is pronounced in Bangla, and Rabindranath Tagore is the anglicized version of the same name. And he wrote it differently when he wrote in Bengali versus in English.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anushka,
Yes, sir.
Calcutta is having India's first underwater metro. You must have heard about it. What are the features of this metro?
Um,
How it is going to help the commuters of Kolkata?
So this is a very unique thing that is there in Kolkata. The metro line traverses the Ganges River, and it is scientifically very interesting to me. So it will help the commuters of Kolkata, because a lot of the people who work in Kolkata come from the other side of the river. For example, the cities of Howrah or even Shriram and Chandanagar. So it will help in faster commute, easier commute, lesser breaks in the journey, and these are the ways.
Suppose
in which-
somebody is taking a metro at a station called Esplanade
Yes.
and going to Sialda,
Hmm.
how such a passenger gets benefited by the introduction of this underwater metro?
So
How his travel time reduces or doesn't reduce or increases?
so travel time would definitely reduce, because it will reduce for both the people going in the metro as well as the people traveling by roads, because it will decrease. It can be thought that it will decrease the traffic over the roads also, and so yes, it will decrease the travel time for somebody going from Esplanade to Shialda, because that is quite a congested area, especially in the office hours. So
Okay, thank you very much, Anushka. Your
Thank
interview is
you.
over. You may go now.
thank you, sirs. Can I come in?
Come in. Sit down, Anushka.
Thank you.
When is your interview? 12th.
Yes, sir.
Which attempt is this?
So my 4th attempt, and first mains and first interview.
First mains and first interview. So, how did you like your interaction today with us?
So it was nice. It was informative. So I've managed to fall terribly sick as soon as I came to Delhi. So my energy levels are quite low. So I thought I was a bit slow.
So, I think you have hardly any time. Today is 7th, I
Yes,
believe.
yes, sir.
Take adequate rest. Get well soon so
Thank
that you don't cough while
Yes, sir.
interacting with board members when you go
Yes,
for that.
sir.
So, take proper medicines and all that so that you recover fast. When you entered, it was okay.
Hmm.
Then you pointed out at the chair asking for my permission. This is not the etiquette.
Okay.
When you enter, you should enter, greet the board members
Yes.
and stand there.
Okay.
And you can't be seeking a permission, may I sit or not. Just be patient
Okay,
to get an
sir.
instruction from the chairman.
Okay, sir.
Chairman will ask you to sit down, then you take a seat and thank the chairman.
Yes, sir.
So that is first takeaway from today's
Yes,
this
yes.
thing. There should not be any
Mhm.
compromise on that, because these are the matters of etiquette.
Yes,
So
sir.
those etiquettes have to be, decorum has to be completely followed. Okay.
Yes, sir.
While leaving also, you should be thanking all board members and going back. Energy level, try to improve your energy level.
Yes, sir.
Not an issue. Your communication skill is good. You could communicate well on the issues which we asked you. You see, you are a girl from West Bengal, and West Bengal will evoke a lot of interest
Hmm.
in board members. While answering questions on consensus issues,
Hmm.
try to take a balanced view on everything.
Okay.
Industrialization, deindustrialization is a problem, it's a reality. Unemployment is a reality.
Hmm.
Your political killing is a reality, isn't it? So these are realities, and you should not feel shy of mentioning those things.
Yes.
But whenever you try to end it with a ray of hope,
Okay.
isn't it? With a positive statement.
Yes,
The
yes.
things are there, but then there is always a silver lining.
Hmm.
That kind of a thing, whatever
Right.
is the situation.
Right.
Now, you are from Srirampur.
Hmm.
Srirampur was famous for its jute industry, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, jute industry is gradually it is on the decline.
Hmm.
Why do you see the decline in the jute industry? Do you think that there is a time to revive jute industry, or let it die its natural death?
Hmm.
Okay, so that could be one, because on the industrialization, this
Hmm.
type of questions may be asked. The traditional industries which the West Bengal was having, most of the jute industries have gone to that side, Bangladesh side. whatever is there, why those digital industries are not getting adequate attention from the state government. Make a note on that and give a very balanced view, if at all questions are asked on that. Then your interest also lies in the evaluation of social programs. So your schemes like Kanya Shri and the what you called it, the Lakshmi.
Yes.
So those schemes you should be fully aware of. What are the impact of all those schemes launched by the government?
Yes, yes.
So that is important for you. Somebody may ask you, why Kolkata is safe for women?
Yes, I was about to ask, how could I have answered that question better?
Why do you think, number one, is it safe for women or not?
So I would say it is safer than many other cities.
Some facts, don't compare with other cities.
Okay, okay.
If somebody is saying that Calcutta is the safest, there must be some indices based on which this question has been asked. Just look at the indices. Why it is called a safe city for women? And even if you don't have the necessary input, you can, as a person of common prudence, you can think of the reasons why it is safe.
Right.
There is natural respect for women there, isn't it? Whenever you travel in tram or bus and all that, if a lady is standing there, normally she gets a seat.
Yes.
Somebody will vacate seat for her. So that kind of cultural, you can link it to the cultural behavioral aspects of the people of Calcutta. Traditionally, people of Calcutta have been very good. So, and then crime, look at the crime. I don't have the figures with me. Look at the crime report, how the crimes are. You said because less filing of FIR, somewhere is said.
Yes.
So, if you pass this kind of a statement, you have to be very sure about that. Nobody asked you. I am not questioning your wisdom. If it is true, then you go ahead.
So this was actually mentioned to us. I am part of the state government initiative for the civil services training, and so a senior police official there mentioned this. That
believe in data, not on what I have told you or what somebody else has told you. Just as a serious student who is going for the serious kind of personality test,
right?
Your argument should be based on pure data. Somebody will say, how do you say that FIRs are not getting lost there? On what basis you are giving this statement? Then you have to have an answer for that, isn't it?
Yes.
Sir, this is not my contention, my view. This is based on so-and-so report and all that.
Right.
So whatever statement you give, behind the back of your mind, make sure that you have enough evidence or data available to substantiate your statement. So in that context only, if it is that kind of question, this is one example. In each such question is asked, before speaking, think that what is going to be the implication of that statement.
Right.
Then you should utter. For that to happen, you have to collect your thoughts for a while. Before answering, just collect your thoughts for 5 seconds and then start answering. Calcutta, so many issues are there. Old pension scheme is another big issue.
Right.
So old pension scheme, new pension scheme, then your culinary this thing will also come into question.
Yes.
Postu, Hillis and all that. Why it is so important in the lives of a common Bengali family. So that kind of a question. Holwell monument, I think it is in BBD Bhag. If you so you just write down it. If somebody has any idea of Holwell monument, then and it has a context with Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Okay. Then you are a student of geography. Cold wave, serious cold wave. There is a definition. Beyond this degree, this is cold wave. Beyond that, it is a severe cold wave and all that. Just quickly, because cold wave is Delhi is experiencing cold wave. Somebody may ask you this question. And then about glacier, you said it is in Sikkim, but it's a Gemo glacier in Sikkim. Name, I think, is a student of
Yes, yes.
geography, you should be aware. Then issues of with Bangladesh and all that is important. The issues of Rohingya, issues of Matia community and all that, these are very important there.
Yes, sir.
So just have a bird's eye view on all these things. Vishwa Bharati, you said governor is the chancellor, is the prime minister, not the governor.
Yes, Central University,
Central
right?
University.
Yes.
So just think before you speak. Then you will be able to.
Right.
Because once you have said something, it becomes very difficult for you to take back.
Take
Take back. Otherwise, you are a good candidate.
Okay.
Very good candidate. Communication skill is very good. Your opinions, by and large, have been balanced. Maintain that. And personal honesty is very important because you are going to be a future bureaucrat.
Yes.
So, while asking questions, the board will also try to see whether you have you possess personal integrity or not.
Yes.
So, honesty of personal integrity, honesty of purpose while answering questions. These three things are very important. Communication, I told you. Balanced views, I told you. And whenever you can give some innovative idea, some out of the box thinking, go ahead with that.
Yes.
That will also help you. Otherwise, have belief in yourself. Go with a positive body language. Take care of yourself so that your energy level improves. And don't forget that how to enter and how to go.
Sir, actually, I didn't even realize I was doing that. I think when I watch the video, I will notice.
So
right.
That is the purpose, the whole purpose
Yes,
of this.
sir.
When you go for the real actual interview,
Yes,
that
sir.
doesn't happen.
I will.
Okay.
I will make sure of this.
All the best from our side. If you have any questions to ask.
Sir, which question do you think I answered well?
All questions you answered well, but there is always scope for improvement, as I said.
Yes, sir.
So if you get the intent of the question,
right.
Like the very first question about the industrialization, lack of industrialization, and then unemployment, linking it to the government plans. The next question on the Panchayati Raj institutions, why there is a clamor to have a control over Panchayati Raj institutions.
Right.
This is all indicative of the basically depending on the government schemes.
Yes.
So that you have a economic control over those schemes. That is the battle which is going on there.
Yes.
So you have to argue things in a perspective.
Right.
You have argued well, but if you can make it more incisive, isn't it?
Right.
That is the whole purpose of asking such questions. In other questions also, I think your cold wave and this, it's not that he could not answer, he did answer. More specific.
Right.
More specific. Then that will add to your performance. That's it. Otherwise, nothing serious in your interview.
So another question that I wanted to ask was, what about the length of my answers, sir? Was it too long?
It was okay. By and large, it was okay, but still there is scope. It is always good for you to give a very crisp answer.
Right.
Yeah, once you are able to develop that habit of giving a crisp answer, it will enhance your performance. Just work on that without bothering much about it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'll do that.
All the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.